Hey there, all you CX fans. This is Jim Tincher, Mapper-in-Chief at Heart of the Customer, coming to you from the CXPA's Insight Exchange, or more specifically, from an Airbnb about 3 blocks away, and more on Airbnb in a couple of minutes because they just became my favorite company. We started off with a bang last night when we had the First Timers event. Heart of the Customer sponsored for the first time, and it was a chance for us to introduce our new book, How Hard Is It to Be Your Customer? Using journey mapping to drive cross-function or customer-focused change. You think I'd know the name of my own book, huh? Nicole, my co-author, finally got a chance to put her hands to it last night. I'd been taunting her with it for a day or two, but we finally got the book here and handed it out to 20 attendees at the First Timers event, which was just packed. Today, start off with a bang. We had a keynote speech on using storytelling from Scott Steen, who's the executive director of the American Physiological Society. And maybe that wouldn't mean much to you, but he really did a great job at talking about how to use stories to really move people. And hopefully you know, storytelling is an absolutely critical skill for a CX professional. And so I really enjoyed that. My second favorite thing of the day, probably. And we'll talk about the most coming up here. We also heard about Innovation Award winners. We had Ian Golding in from the UK talking about CX worldwide, including a fairly controversial prediction that he thinks that in Eastern Europe, they may surpass the rest of the world on CX based on their focus they're putting in there. So we'll keep our eyes out for that. My very, very, very favorite event of the day, though, came after that, which was an Airbnb talked about their new platform where they have replaced the text from surveys with video. They've been able to use this in a pilot mode so that instead of writing a bunch of text, people could record a video. And what I loved not was just the video, although I'm a big, big fan of video, but also they got a bit vulnerable. They took a risk and they shared both videos of people really promoting them, but also people who weren't fans, who had had some issues with Airbnb. And I thought the company did a great job at sharing that, but also talking about how they use those videos to drive customer-focused change. So big highlight. That's why I'm really proud to be an Airbnb customer. They're my new favorite company. After that, we had some other sessions and some dine-arounds, which is a great chance to meet a small group of friends, old and new, and learn from each other. So that's it at the end of day one at the conference. Big fan. I'll be logging in tomorrow night, and stay tuned.